today for the Orlando Pride. Now, this is a team that, again, has not scored a goal yet this season. 3 consecutive games in the Challenge Cup without a tally. And LaRue seemed like, Lisa,
can try to pose a threat into Kerr and challenge her in net. Also, see if Kerr can use her feet a lot. We'll see if Staub and Rodriguez, the center backs for Washington, play back to Kerr and use her as a third center back defender.
Here's Trinity Rodman up the right side, slips by Peterson. If you're not familiar with her, and probably don't watch any soccer, especially at the national level, she is just a staple among the U.S. women's national team. And of course, she really anchors this defense. On the Washington side, Rodman ahead to Sanchez, just a little too far ahead, rolls out in the goal line. Just a couple minutes in. Slide forward, Sanchez. Goes out left, into the box, and it rolls to Morehouse.
Incredible play as Sanchez flicks this out wide to Helferty, a one-touch cross into the box that's so dangerous. Rodman making this darting run towards the near post. You can see Sullivan makes the run behind her.
In some ways, not so good. Looking to finally get a victory. Rodman up the middle, pushes it up front, and it's taken away. Back to Morehouse for Orlando. O'Hara aggressive, and it goes out of play on Rodman. And Trinity Rodman just 19 years old. See Jenkins, number 11, up top for the Pride. Jansdotter there. Erica Timrack as well. It's the front 3. Sullivan centers. Taken back. Rodman. Sanchez puts it on target. Helferty just mistimes it. Here's another chance, and it bounces out. Jansdotter cross to no one. Rodriguez kicks it out.
Jansdotter has been so active for Orlando. We just saw her on this near 18-yard box picking up the ball, but just a play before, she's on the far flank, applying pressure to Anna Helferty with the ball to on the pitch. And Jansdotter, a veteran, she understands this game and understands what is needed of her and her team.
Lots of green for Trinity Rodman. Across.
For Amanda Cromwell, coming back to the DC area, understanding how this area of the country loves their football, loves their soccer. She also played for the Washington Freedom.
Definitely necessary. DC is not, again, not the coldest place that teams play in the NWSL, but certainly not Orlando. Proved to work. Hatch is just such a talented goal scorer. Golden Boot last year in the NWSL. Rodman boxed out, still fights for it. She's called for a foul. Much to the chagrin of Washington fans.
Ball in over the top for Washington, looking for Rodman, but Peterson, she had it covered the entire way, using her body to shield off Rodman.
Still 0-0, Trinity Rodman. Washington have had some good opportunities. Probably, I would guess, that pass from Sanchez intended for Hatch was the best look, but Rodman is a threat to Talia. Sanchez intended for Hatch was the best look.
Some player rotation for Chris Ward throughout this match today. Devin Kerr, we mentioned, Canadian international, getting minutes in goal, and also Cameron Biagalski in the right back position for, the left back position for Washington Spirit, a player that Chris Ward said all it takes is finding that final pass between the forwards and connecting that piece, or making an overlapping run, or beating that one last defender just to get that much closer to goal. It just increases your chances of getting a shot on frame and finding the back of the net.
Without tallying, that would be the first time that that's happened in Challenge Cup history. O'Hara off the one time. Rodman, cross in front, slips through! Sanchez scores! Finally, Ashley Sanchez.
Rodman, who's been so impressive on this right flank. The early cross in, but it's the nutmeg from Ashley Hatch, the awareness from Hatch to know that Sanchez is behind her, making that run. Hatch draws the defender, Turner in near post, and then Sanchez an easy tap in for her unmarked as she finds the back of the net. Goal from Ashley Hatch in the 61st minute. And then earlier this week in the midweek action, North Carolina getting on the board early.
Here's another chance. Sullivan has time, flips it in.
Great transitional play from Washington Spirit. Rodman on the far flank finds Andy Sullivan just at the top of the 6-yard box. She has time to stop the ball, turn around completely, and then find the far corner of the goal. A great job by Sullivan to just be composed in that moment, and no pressure from Orlando. You can see James is late stepping.
Rodman would see that Washington has made a change in net, by the way. We expected this, so Kerr is out.
And to push forward. Instead, the Pride stay dangerous in their attacking end with Morehouse pushing forward.
Hatch, now to Helferty. Left side, rides the sideline. Rodman, tangled up there, falls down. Montefusco in the mix as well. Everything's good, all smiles. Score for the Spirit, it's Ashley Hatch for the 3rd consecutive game. So this is a very important game in terms of standings in group play right now. Yeah, and of course, then things really change. And Washington and North Carolina can really battle it out, but Gotham in the mix as well in the East. And the next time North Carolina and Washington play, out to the left. Takeaway there by Rodman. Aggression defensively for Trinity Rodman.
At foul, they get the card, but it's always good to argue your case. You never know. You never know who's listening.
That's true. 1 in a million, but still. O'Hara. Sanchez, back and forth they go. Rodman. Dumps to Hatch, slides through, can't connect. In the game for Washington. Did not play in the last game against North Carolina. Orlando certainly missing LaRue.
Zabello and Jansdottir getting wide. Take a look at the foul here as Sanchez comes in for it, and Turner
just has that one score.
Sanchez 6 shots on the day.
Yeah. Rodder to Rodman, shoots and scores. Offsides, yes.
See, immediately the sideline official's flag goes up. Rodman just a hair off, but that's where
Frontline has really backed her up. 3 goals for Washington. That is the most in the cup this year for the Spirit. Rodman up the right, tries a cross, gets it back to Sanchez, heads it, almost in. It's a 0-0 tie. It's been a very different story today. Both teams getting on the board. Of course, an outburst offensively. Rodman bounces one home. A header for Trinity Rodman.
2 assists on the day and a lofted ball right over the back line, perfectly weighted into the stride of Rodman, who rises up, and it's a little flick of her head. You see as she turns her neck, looking at the ball and redirecting it towards the near post. A really beautiful finish from Rodman too.
She's just putting it together, and she's 19 years old.
The ceiling for this player is so high, so much growth to go, and she's really just hitting her stride. Her last year in the league, Rookie of the Year in 2021, there was a lot happening on.
Perfect potential close for the Spirit today. Of course, we've got a couple more minutes left, but Washington's kind of had a bunch of different kinds of goals too. Here she comes again, Trinity Rodman, 1v1, takes the shot, blocked away, and Morehouse covers it up.
Sees her teammate Alexander receive this ball. It's an inside run as she makes her way to the outside.
Just trying to get it out here, Orlando. They do not want Washington to set a record. However,
just keep the ball and run out the clock. That's the mindset of this Washington Spirit team. Get on the board, score first, and score often. They brought a lot of pressure onto Orlando this afternoon at Audi Field, and a hard-fought battle for Orlando Pride throughout the entirety of this 90 minutes.
See Rodman, Sanchez, 2 of the 4 goal scorers for this Washington Spirit team, who just eliminated the Orlando Pride from a potential semifinal run. So Pride are officially out in the Challenge Cup.